We're just 15 minutes away from the start of trading. The worlds of politics, business, and technology are colliding today. Republican Ron DeSantis set to officially join the race for the White House. His presidential bid, not a surprise, but his announcement plans have made headlines. The Florida governor will launch his bid during a conversation with Elon Musk on Twitter using Twitter's audio tool Spaces. Jim Anderson is a technology analyst and CEO of AI software company Beacon. He often joins us to talk Twitter. Jim, nice to see you. What'd you make of this news?
Well, John, it's like what's old is new again. We have a technical term that we call for these kind of audio-centric conversations broadcast to the world. It's called radio, right? I mean, it's kind of amazing that he's going back to a very old format, but very cleverly using Twitter to effectively do a radio broadcast.
Well, let's talk about the strategy on both sides. First, for DeSantis, who, speaking of the worlds of politics and Disney, he's had quite the delicate dance with Disney over the last 6 months or so. But look, very clearly, the Republican frontrunner Donald Trump, who is not on Twitter really anymore, is obviously going to have plenty to say about this official announcement. What do you think the strategy here is for DeSantis in going to your point, a new version of radio as opposed to, I don't know, a more traditional campaign launch?
Yeah, it's interesting. There's so many layers of this conversation. I think the thing that was most interesting to me, I saw one of the tweets yesterday, broadcasting the news, and the picture that was shown was the picture of Elon Musk, not Ron DeSantis. So you could argue that Elon Musk is at least currently the bigger celebrity. I think that'll change, obviously, when you get into a presidential campaign. And so I think politics and frankly what Elon Musk is doing, it's all about gathering attention, and this is a great way. It's not new. Remember back in 2015, we saw Ted Cruz announce his candidacy on Twitter. It was very novel at the time. So this is the new twist on how do I capture people's attention by doing something other than the traditional press conference, the traditional TV broadcast.
Well, let's dive more into the Musk storyline, and I suppose this time around, when we're in the heat of a presidential election, we're not going to be watching Twitter's stock price, but this is a private company, $44 billion purchase by Musk. But outside of just sort of making some headlines, grabbing some attention, maybe redirecting some of the conversation back towards Twitter, what does it say about what this platform may look like as we get closer to the presidential election?
Well, it certainly looks like it's going to be relevant, right? There's been a non-zero chance, even Elon Musk was talking about it, Twitter may file for bankruptcy, right? They've reduced their headcount by about 80%. The fact every CFO in America and really around the world has looked at the fact that, wow, Twitter got rid of so many people, and guess what? It still works. But there's always been this expectation of it still works today. It might fall over sideways. They might have a significant outage. It might go offline. Well, now that's not what we're talking about, right? We're talking about the U.S. presidential election and a major announcement and relevance, right, for Twitter. And so I think you're starting to see what Elon Musk's vision may have been for Twitter is it's sort of his platform to be relevant and to whether dictate or participate in the conversation at all times about what's going on.
And Jim, just a final perspective, because while Twitter is not public, there are a number of social media companies people invest in that are, including Meta, the parent of Facebook and the parent of Instagram. And there had been some recent reporting by Bloomberg that Instagram is getting ready to launch essentially some kind of Twitter rival product, maybe as soon as next month. Does this move by Musk sort of raise any questions for you about the Meta strategy? Does it perhaps cool whatever Instagram has been cooking?
I doubt that it cools what they're doing, or frankly, even its impact. But I'll say this, people have been writing Twitter's obituary for, it seems like, a decade. And again, Elon Musk has been an agent of chaos, among many other things, with Twitter. And I don't think any business school case study or textbook will say what he did to overpay massively for Twitter should be emulated. But they're still kicking, and they're still relevant. And, Meta will do what Meta is doing, and maybe will build an effective competitor. I wouldn't underestimate them either. But I don't think this changes that at all.